Hello my spirit and inferior, welcome back to my channel. And I know it's been a while since I never post anything in my proper schedule. First and foremost, I want to apologize for the lack of posting. It's because I was so busy with my life and all. Graduated from high school and then think about university and stuff. But anyway, I'm finally back with more good content. Second of all, I want to thank you to you guys, my wave gang, because why? We hit 100 subscribers and surpassed it, and oh my god, guys, thank you so much for the support, and thank you so much for this kind word and all of the support. You know, as I promised to you guys, I brought to you guys Voyager Rachet, and today I'm gonna review him. Now Rachet here is Optimus medical officer, and he transformed into a Hummer H2, and it looks really good. But first of all, this is a loose figure, but I do actually have the manual and the cutout box. The first one here, as you can see, the title Transformers, and nice CGI render of Rachet right here, very cool. And as y'all seen in the title, this Rachet mold is the limited edition metallic figure. The second one right here, as you can see, we have Rachet in his Hummer H2 mode. This figure is also licensed by GM. Rag converts to combat stretcher. Third one is the promotional images of Rachet in his robot mode and his bio. Autobot Rachet is devoted to saving life, no matter what form it takes and no matter whose it is. No one among the Autobots hasn't had his spark preserved at least once by him, and more than one Decepticon has opened his optical sensors after a mortal blow only to find Autobot Rachet welding shut the final incision. He joined up with Optimus Prime not because he wanted to be a soldier, but because he believed the Autobots presented the last best hope of preserving life in the universe against the evil of the Decepticons. Here we have his stats. Robot mode, hidden at roof rack, attaches as shield. And back here we have this very weird background right here, which I think this is the iris of the robot's eyes. You know, very interesting, and there's the CD in the background. So here we have Rachet in his Hummer H2 mode. It looks amazing, I gotta say. The vehicle mode itself is very chunky, and I love the plastic that they use again with the old Hasbro figure. Of course, as you can see, Rachet is colored in this nice and metallic and reflective paint of yellow greenish, something like that. Taking a close look at the details, you can see the front here, we have the front guards for the bumper, and we have orange, silver for the front lights right here. The bottom here, as you can see, nicely molded, and the wheels, as you can see, nicely molded. The doors, very nicely detailed, even this small detail right here. And we have the handle for the door. The side view mirrors is actually done in hard plastic, which is a good thing and a bad thing. We have this logo right here, search and rescue, fire department. The Autobot symbol is also nicely molded, and I love the striping for the heartbeat right here, which done in red. The other side here, as you can see, this section very nicely detailed, and that reflective paint, man, the metallic paint, it's just delicious. And again, we have the fire department, search and rescue. Just a lot of molded details just to make this vehicle mode look realistic enough. Back here, as you can see, we have the guards again, which done in hard plastic. Nothing to talk about with the back because you can literally see the joints of the robot mode legs, but at least we have this section for the back of the vehicle right here, and this section also done in that yellowish green with metallic gold. Nice detail. And the other side, not a lot to talk about because it's literally the same thing as the other side. The hood, as you can see, very nicely detailed, and I love when they put the windshield wiper details. And the windshield is done in translucent dark blue, and it's also done for the both sides. Top here we have the rack, the sirens done in red, silver for the lights, the extra wheels, very nicely molded, and it has this section here which will come in robot mode later, because this does become an accessories for his robot mode. And of course, I think for more relevant size comparisons, here is Voyager Rachet with Prime, Ironhide, Bumblebee, and Jazz. And oh my god, I am so happy because now the Autobot cast is finally completed. I am more than happy, and I'm glad that I actually have the whole squad of the movie 1 cast of the Autobots, and very cool. And they look so good together. So I guess without further ado, let's transform Rachet in his robot mode, shall we? So first of all, we gotta take off the roof rack here. Set it off to the side, untap these side panels, fold it forward, bring this section forward, fold this section forward, rotate the arms so they're facing the right way, untap this section, fold these two sections back, and fold this down, separate the legs, fold this section down, bring the knees down, bring the hips down. This section does slice up. Untap the foot, fold it down, and you have the automorph gimmick. This section flip up and the side panels will fold out. Rotate the knees around and bring them forward. Coming to this top section here, this section is on a hinge right here. There's a tab and it will go into that slot right there. This bottom section here is also on a hinge which will fold up. There's a slot here which will go into that tab right there. Fold this one down and then fold this up. Clip in like that. We're almost done here. Bring the elbows down, position the arms, bring the hands down. Fold this section back to reveal the head. There you basically have Voyager Rachet in his robot mode, and this guy is basically like Jazz. There's good and bad. There's something like has a charm to it, but something doesn't really work for him. Obviously you can see the proportion, you know, he's very blocky robot and a lot of junk hanging off him, but to me, like, this still represents the character. I gotta say, it doesn't look that bad. I do take the chunky proportion as a charm, you know, because back then, this is the Transformers figure that we have. We have to understand, the level of engineering back then wasn't anything like engineering nowadays. Anyway, taking a closer look at the detail, the face sculpt here is really nice. It represents the characters pretty well, I guess, for the most part. I mean, nice metallic paint for the head right there, and the eyes are done in translucent blue. He's supposed to really have a light pipe thing, but really the lighting doesn't really work in my studio right now, but whatever. His goatee done in silver, the side for the head, very nice detail. His design, the wheels is on top here, which I know is a bit inaccurate because it's supposed to be on the shoulders. But moving on to the arms here, as you can see, new detail reveals, which is this shoulder section here, panel line, and has some metallic gold paint and red striping, junk hanging off the elbows, as you can see. Nice molded detail. At least they put some piston detail and everything. And you have this detail here done in red. The hands, as you can see, the fingers, very nicely molded. Unfortunately, he does have the gorilla arm syndrome. It is what it is. Chest detail, I guess. Nice molded detail. Crotch here, done in silver and gunmetal gray. Very nice. The thighs right here, as you can see, very bulky thighs. The details, as always, are there. At least they bulked out the thighs so that it doesn't look very boxy, I guess. This section, done in that metallic paint. The knees, very blocky, especially the knee guard. Little automorph gimmick here and there to give him more definition for the shins. And on this side right here, as you can see, that metallic paint, it implemented very well. It has some nice molded detail, especially with that delicious metallic paint. Very simplified foot, not a lot of detail to talk about, but it is what it is. The back, got some more detail for the back, and of course, you know, a lot of junk hanging off him from the back here. This panel and this window section, which you can actually fold in a bit more to clean up the silhouette. A thing you can do. Still though, still represent Ratchet really well. And of course, for being a medical officer, he does have articulation. Head does rotate from side to side. Arms does rotate, very tight. Full 360, does move out on this hinge. Elbow swivels, bend at the elbow, under 90 degrees. No wrist articulation, unfortunately. No waist articulation due to the way how you transform. Legs move forward that far. Back only about that much because of the junk hanging off him. Does move out, but because of his proportion and the junk, we just limit the outward movement. No sort of thigh swivel or anything. He does have a swivel below the knee. He does have a bend at the knee. The foot up and down due to the automorph gimmick. It's not really that posable, but at least certain articulation right there. If we bring back the roof rack right here, we can untab it. There's a tab underneath the rack. There's a slot besides the elbow. Tab it in. And here we have his combat stretcher, as the box says. It looks very pathetic. At least it's a weapon. It does have a gimmick though. This section here, you push it forward, it will do that. You can spam it if you wanted to. Oh, thank God it attached back. If you wanted to, you can just attach this back so you can have his combat shield. And another accessories that he have is right arm here. Flip this section up, fold out this section, bring the hands in, close this back up, fold this out, bring it forward. There you have Ratchet with his axe. And it looks like he's holding a freaking dictionary. It is what it is. It is a weapon nonetheless. Even though all of these weapons right here is not his accurate weapon, just like in the movie. But Ratchet is supposed to have his maze weapon and then his gun. But at least they gave him a weapon. You can take off this roof rack here. Coming to the back here, as you can see, there's a port you can actually store the roof rack. It's a weapon storage nonetheless. Of course, if you wanted to, you can actually make Rachet have wings. And here's Voyager Rachet's finally with all of the Autobots members. Finally, at last, the Autobot teams are finally gathered, and I'm so happy that I finally have the whole movie one cast Autobots, and they look so good together. Oh my god! They complement each other so well, especially when Optimus Prime is the tallest out of all the members. And this is not just for me, this is also for you guys, because you guys are the ones that keep supporting me to make more content like this. I am more than thankful to have you guys to support my content, and hope that you guys keep continuing to support me in the future. Of course, we gotta do it. Overall though, this Rachet is a very decent representation of the character, to be honest. Of course, the blocky proportion doesn't really make the figure looks proportionate and all, but this still represents the character. And especially if you have this kind of color scheme compared to the original one, this one does really look stand out than the original mold. And just like Jazz, this guy has a good side of him and a bad side of him, but no, that's the thing that you have to understand about Transformers movie figures back then. They're not focusing on the accuracy for the robot mode, they focus more engineer them to have a nice and accurate vehicle mode. But to be honest though, to me, they're still passable as a decent robot mode. But of course, they suffer a lot with the articulation and the accessories wise, because most of the accessories are not accurate in certain figures. But I'll give this guy a pass because this is the metallic version. It looks more popping, I guess, so that's why it still have my liking for this figure. But it's a decent representation of first movie Rachet, you know? The transformation is very simple, nothing really intricate about it. I wish that the back panel here is more tight when you're going to the armor mode. And I think that's it, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like and comment down below so let me know what you think. And if you want to see more content like this, why not subscribe today and hit that notification bell so you guys get notified for every single upload. And why not share this video to your friends so that maybe you can inspire them to become a YouTuber. And again, I want to thank you, all of you who have been watching my videos. I want to thank you, all of you who have been supported me and giving all those kind words. It really means a lot to me. Consider that I've started this like since 2 years ago. I want to thank you again for the 100 subscribers milestone. It has been a fun journey doing this type of content, especially having you guys who's witnessing or watching my videos. I really appreciate that. And I hope you guys have a great day as well. Stay safe out there. I know it's been rough out there because of the current situation now, but we just have to keep going, We have to survive, because life goes on. So, yeah. And again, thank you so much. My name is Shin. Till all are one. Doing this review kind of makes me hungry. Do you guys like Doritos by any chance? Because I do.